Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the most interesting and insane statistics from the Overwatch League, whether it's jaw-dropping or just completely unexpected. We're going to be looking at a whole bunch of awesome statistics today, guys. It's going to be a great video. If you're ready for this one, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, Overwatch League content daily, and I really just think you guys will enjoy this one, so drop that sub, guys. So this video is basically inspired by a guy named BenchMobDC on Reddit. I've personally been using the statistics on Winston's lab for a while now, but I never really made a video on it and showed you guys like in-depth things. And he made a thread on Reddit saying the 10 amazing statistics coming out of the Overwatch League through last night. And I just saw it and I was like, wow, these are actually some really good statistics. So shout out to this guy for going and finding these awesome stats. So let's just take a look at some of these. You guys can pause the video and read through it, and I'll link the thread in the description. Just some interesting ones I found. In 74 team fights fought on Widowmaker, Fleta has managed to land the first kill in 29 fights. That's 39% of the team fights. That's pretty insane. Bedosin not only has the highest first kill rate for all Zenyatas, 11.46, he's also the best Zen in terms of not being picked first, just at 5.21% in team fights. Prophet has won 59 of the 82 team fights in which he was using Tracer, 72% nearly. No other player has won more than Munchkin's 59.77. So again, awesome stats here coming out of BenchMob. Shout out to that guy. Thank you for the idea. And because of this, we're going to go take a look at a lot of the statistics for the individual players and just see where they stand. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Alright guys, what is up? We are now in the Winston's Lab statistics. We're going to be messing around, pretty much going throughout these and taking a look at the most interesting and shocking stats like I said earlier. So let's go ahead and just get in here. So what I've done for this first statistic, we've entered the Overwatch League. Everybody must have 20 minutes of playtime to be on here. It involves each heroes individually. So you must have 20 minutes on a specific hero to be included on this list. I feel that is the right number to get a fair amount of statistics. So let's go ahead and get back up to the top. So let's just go ahead and check out the most played time on a hero. We have Striker on Tracer. He's played strictly Tracer for 5 hours and 16 minutes in the Overwatch League with a 44% fight win rate and a 45% overall win rate on maps. Very interesting, very interesting. As we can see, the top 3 players are all actually from the Boston Uprising. So what does this say for the Boston Uprising? That they are consistently running these 3 heroes in their games and not changing it up. And as you can see, we have Nako down here too. So a lot of the Boston Uprising players near the top. Again, that just shows that they are consistently running the same comp. Let's go ahead and check out the ratings overall. So the number 1 rated player on a specific hero is Ryu Jaehong on Ana. Now what I find interesting is a lot of the people up here are support players. So we got Ana, Mercy, Zenyatta, Zenyatta. So a lot of Mercy. A lot of supports at the top of the rating. So it seems like it is very easy to get good rating on support. People that stand out though, we have Pine obviously on that McCree, where he has popped off pretty much on all games he's played in Koth, as well as Weekhead doing very well in that Genji. Hasn't seen too much playtime of it, actually less than Pine, so only 33 minutes. Still pretty impressive. And as we move down here, Taimu's Roadhog, very good, very interesting, with only a 32% win rate. He's managed to get a 42% fight win rate, though. So Roadhog for Taimu, definitely one of his best heroes. I'd agree with that statistic. And then obviously we have Fleta on the Widowmaker, getting that rating up there. 80% win rate, 60% in fights. So definitely popping off there. And under that, we have Prophet, which we'll get into Prophet more a little later, along with like Fleta and Pine. Actually, very interesting. So all the people above him, none of them have more time on their hero. And besides Prophet besides Fleta and Taimu, basically they're all like almost half or less. So Prophet really putting in work on that Tracer with a 60% team fight win rate. So his team's really winning when he is on that hero. The second only under Bedosin's Ana. So that's impressive. And a 66% map win rate. And then of course there's Jonak on the Zenyatta, 4 hours. So okay, we got Bedosin. So Bedosin and Jonak showing that they are very similar level. Only 2 rating between the two. And then if we look at fight win rate between Jonak and Bidosin, we have about actually an 8% increase on Bidosin's and a map win rate increase for Bidosin as well. So pretty much, this is actually very interesting here. So Jonak gets 0.2% more kills than he does, which is not much at all. I think these other two statistics weigh in Bidosin's favor. And then we look at the deaths, and it looks like Bidosin actually dies less, and which in return he gets a higher KD. And as for ultimates gained, 0.65, and then again in return for the kills and deaths per 10 minutes, Jonak dying a lot more than Bidosin. Let's see, about ults gained per 10 minutes though. We got about 3.82. And actually something we can do here, let's actually just put on the Zenyatta's. There we go. Okay, so we'll set this by the highest ratings. And actually got Dayfly up here on the Zenyatta. Only 38 minutes though. But this way we can get a closer look at the Zenyatta's. And Rijahong not too far behind as well there. But I think the clear favorites here are Bidosin and Jonak. And when we actually take a look at these stats, geez, Bidosin gets a lot of kills. The only thing that Jonak really beats Bidosin in is the ults charged per 10 minutes, where he does have a decent advantage. It's about a 0.6%. But other than that, Bidosin beats Jonak in every single one. So I don't know if the ults per 10 minutes is really worth that much rating and is what is putting Bidosin above him. But it just seems that Bidosin should be rated higher here. Let's go ahead and put it back on all heroes. And let's take a look at the ratings again. As we do have Rijahong's Ana, the best thing in the league. Keep going on a little bit. And there is Profit on the Genji. So he's not the number 1 Genji and Tracer anymore. He is now the number 2 Genji. Although he does have more than double, almost triple Weekhead's time on it. Let's go ahead and actually, let's turn this on Genji only here. And let's compare their statistics like we just did with Bidosin and Jonak. So let's see. Looking at the time, yep, almost triple, about 2.6 or something more time than him. The rating, he's about 60 lower. And the fight win percentage is in Weekhead's favor for about 4%. And looking at win rate, we about 4% there for Profit. So they're pretty even on that. Stats looking very similar so far. Kill participation, 30.6 and 30.0, very close. Kills per 10 minutes, though, wow. Profit really up there, 4.25 per 10 minutes. That's a lot of kills. That's over a kill per minute. In comparison, I mean, looking at that compared to anybody, that's way up there. And deaths, he does die a lot. He actually dies the least. Wow, Profit the least dying Genji in the league. And looking at the KD, yep, that reflects on the KD. His KD is much higher. And Weekhead actually, though, charging a lot more blades per 10 minutes. So I think that's what... So I think actually after looking at that Zenyatta statistic with the Jonak and Bidosin, I think the ults per 10 minutes do count for a lot of rating. Because again, we see Profit kind of winning in most of the statistics. Besides that one. And the fight win percentage. So, but in general, Profit, a very impressive player. Topping the statistics in basically Genji and Tracer. Okay, so now that we've looked at some really good stats for some of the better players in the league, let's look at some of the bad stats. Let's take a peek and see who's not really performing that well so far. So let's go. We got this on... Let's check this one out. So this is player specific here. Now this put this in the worst ratings in the league. So looks like the worst rated player in the league is Roshan, the Shanghai Dragon's main tank player, with a negative 0.41 KD. So not some good stats here for him. 31% fight win rate. That's not that bad, actually. In comparison to, like, Fraggy, that's actually, only 15% down. Shows that, they're not that bad, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look a little lower. So we actually see a lot of main tanks here. We got Roshan, a lot of the Shanghai players, which makes sense. But then a lot of main tanks. So we got Fraggy, Philly. We got Coco from Dallas, Remix from the Gladiators. We got some off tanks as well. Swoosh, another main tank. Nami, main tank. XQC. Gamsu. Okay, so it looks like rating isn't very kind to main tank players. So let's go ahead and let's look at maybe KD then. Let's look at some of the worst KDs in the league. So, okay. True, so it makes sense actually. The supports don't have high KDs. They don't get kills early. The Zenyatta's do. Let's see. Support, support, support. Let's go down until we don't find a support. Oh, Coco and Roshan right there on each other. And then as we continue supports, and then some main tanks start to pop up. So Coco actually the worst KD in the league besides supports at a 0.4. Okay. Interesting there. Let's check out the lowest charging. Coolmat does not charge. Wait, what? Okay, so I guess ult charge does not come up for Diva players. Okay, but oh, that's because they've played heroes other than Diva. So these guys have played exclusively Diva only. Coolmat has only played Diva. Poco, Bishu, Note, and Zephyr have only played Diva. The reason why MG's is higher is because he's played like some Zarya or something. So I guess it doesn't count Diva ult charge. So let's look for non-Diva players. Hurag. Pretty slow to charge ults. Mickey. Nope, he's a off tank. Hot Buzz off tank. So Fisher and Hurag actually not charging ults very fast at all. Oh wow, actually then Nuss and Beatos and Jester. Profit was pretty low on the ult charge per 10 minutes as well. This is very interesting. Maybe this is something that just shows about how they team fight. Maybe they're more of a team that doesn't really poke and they take it all in one engage. Is that due to them diving or something? It's very interesting. They have very low ult charge on a lot of the players from this team. Is this ABC order? It is. We can't look at it from a team perspective. That's a very interesting statistic there. Let's see who charges the fastest ults in the league. So we have a Munchkin up here, Bunny, Soon, Effect, Carpy. So a lot of Tracer players, which makes sense. Tracer is the fastest ult charger, as well as Widowmaker charges pretty quick. Very interesting there. Now let's take a look at fight win percentage here. So we actually have MG with the lowest fight win percentage in the league. He's only won 25% of the fights he's been in. It's pretty low. And actually Clockwork coming up here. And he has a 0% win rate, so one of the only players in the league who has not tasted a victory yet on a map. Unfortunate. A lot of the Shanghai Dragons players, and then we see a lot of the players from the teams that aren't doing very well right now. So yeah, obviously Shanghai, Dallas, Florida. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, there we go. Actually, there's only 2 players in the entire league who have not tasted victory yet on a map. And that would be XQC with, an hour and 2 minutes played in the Overwatch League, and he hasn't tasted victory yet. And then we have Clockwork with 24 minutes played, has not tasted victory yet. Very interesting there. Taimu, Taimu's win rate is very low. Harry Hook, Taimu, and XQC, very low. Almost double that for Effect and Mickey. So that's interesting. Only 2 players in the league are winless. Now let's see. Yep, there's Pine now. Only 1 player in the league who has not lost yet with 58 minutes played. So basically, if we look at XQC, who's played an hour and 2 minutes, and then Pine, who's played basically an hour, they've basically played the same amount of time. 1 player has not won yet, and 1 player has only won. So that's very interesting there. Pine's statistics are unreal. 62% fight win rate, 30.8% kill participation, 13.24 kills per 10 minutes. Insane stats here from Pine. Absolutely unreal. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highest percentage team fight player. And actually, number 1 is Profit, who is actually very close here to Linkser. So I think this kind of proves the fact that I've stated the London Spitfire should not be subbing out Profit at all. He has the highest percentage team fight win rate in the league, so definitely unreal there. At a 73% overall, really good. Just wow, very good stats from Profit in general. The guy is insane. Very interesting. I don't know. I find the stat very interesting. Like, this might be one of the most effective stats in the league. All right, let's look at players who have the highest percentage of their team's kills. And actually, what's interesting about this, besides Pine, most of the players up here are on losing teams that have lost a lot. And actually, Clockwork, who is winless in the league and only wins 26% of his team fights, is at a 31% 0.7 kills for their team. So he's the highest rated. Very interesting. Undead as well up there, who is not on a team that's performing very well, along with Baby Bay. So that's very interesting. Let's go ahead and check out who dies the most in the league. So the players that die the most per 10 minutes, actually XQC. So kind of coming into fruition with why he has not won a team fight yet. Maybe he's dying too much. That's very high. So he's dying 9 times per 10 minutes, almost once per minute he dies. And actually, who else is up there? We have Coco, who... So the Dallas main tank's not doing very well on these statistics so far. And maybe that just shows something about their main tanks. Maybe they need to make a change. I don't know. But very interesting statistics for the main tanks on Dallas. Let's go ahead and see who gets the most kills per 10 minutes. And there's Pine, of course. He is fragging up. Linkser, Prophet, Jake. It's actually interesting seeing Linkser and Jake both up here. They get a combined, 55% almost? No, a little over 55% amount of their team's kills. So DPS players on the Houston Outlaws are carrying their weight. They're performing very well. Now let's go back to the each hero on its own and take a look at some of these statistics. So we'll look at the percentage of team's kills, and number 1 is actually Baby Bay on McCree. He's got a 37, basically 38% kill participation when he plays McCree. Actually, for an hour, too. That's pretty long. You got people up there as well. To Vic on the Genji getting a lot of kills. Under him, we got Carpe. A lot of McCrees up here. Seems like McCrees get a lot of kills. Very interesting. Kills per 10 minutes. We have Pine on the McCree again. Prophet. So we're basically consistently seeing Prophet and Pine at the top of all of these lists for good things. And that definitely says something, especially for Prophet, considering he has about 3 to 4 times more game time played than Pine. Let's go ahead and see who dies the least in the league. And it's Muma on Orisa. Okay. Very interesting. Let's actually check this statistic. The highest fight percent win rate in the league is Roadhog from Fury. And right behind him we got Birdring on that Soldier, and then Muma on the Orisa again. A lot of London Spitfire players up here, and Houston Outlaw players. Prophet up here as well on the Junkrat, so showing not only on Genji, but Junkrat. And actually, let's look at Junkrats only and see where he stands on the Junkrats, because I actually haven't done that yet. I've only looked at his Tracer and Genji stats. So he's not number 1. He is the number 3 Junkrat in the league, though. So still up there. He has the highest fight percent win rate on it. There's Jake's Junkrat there. Jake definitely putting in work on the Junkrat. Yeah, Prophet up there, and pretty much all of these statistics. Very interesting to see. It just proves how good he really is. So Birdring has actually not lost on Soldier, and Fury has not lost on a Roadhog. And Jake, wow, his Tracer statistic, 98% win rate on it, so that's pretty good. We've looked at that. Who dies the most on a specific hero? We have Coco on the Winston. And then XQC there on the Winston. So yeah, very interesting. The main tanks of the Dallas field definitely not holding their weight at the bottom of a lot of these statistics. Again, can't really look at the KDs because a lot of the supports are going to be here. So these are some really cool statistics. I love going through this website and just, messing around with everything, seeing where all the players stand. Alright, so this has kind of been a long video now. I don't want it to be super long. We've taken a look at a lot of the basic statistics for individual players. We definitely found some interesting and shocking things. If there's anything specific that you guys want to know, just leave a comment down below. You can ask me. And that's basically it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and join the Discord, boys. You can ask me any questions on there as well. And I'm out of here. Peace.